It is truly my pleasure to announce the award for the top company for community development. Prudential exemplifies corporate citizenship reflecting its core values. The company's efforts to revitalize its home city of Newark, New Jersey, as well as its philanthropic employee, volunteer, and educational initiatives are changing the lives throughout the country. Prudential is a true example of corporate social responsibility in every way. For example, 68% of its donations are allocated to multicultural nonprofits, including Boys and Girls Club of Newark, Children's Defense Fund, and Youth Build Newark. 2/3 of its senior executives, CEO and direct reports and one level down, sit on boards of multicultural nonprofits. The Prudential Foundation spends more than $25 million annually on public education, workforce development, business development, community revitalization, arts and civic infrastructure, and helping neighborhood organizations rebuild. The company has invested more than $1 billion in local redevelopment since 1976. And since Luke liked to point out that I'm young, I wasn't born then. Okay? So, accepting the award on behalf of Prudential is John Strangfeld, Chairman and CEO.
Thank you, Carolyn. Good evening, everyone. I really appreciate, on behalf of Prudential, the opportunity to accept this award. I'd also like to thank not only Carolyn, but Luke and Barbara Frankel and the whole Diversity, Inc. team for the recognition that I accept on behalf of so many passionate employees and on behalf of a corporate culture that believes in what we do with great intensity. What a great pleasure it is to share the honor with so many stimulating people at my table, too, in terms of the things that they've accomplished. And I would like to also acknowledge that today's a special day, and so is Friday. Friday is Veterans Day. And I'd like to just have a show of hands of those people who themselves are veterans or are members of families that are veterans. Have a show of hands? It's great. We have an opportunity collectively to have a big difference on the success of these veterans as they re-enter our society. Speaking with a number of my friends and colleagues at the table, corporate America can have a huge effect. And our effect on this affects the perpetuation, the sustainability of our existing system of attracting people into the military and having them also be successful upon transitioning from the military into civilian life. We, I think, in corporate America, are looking for ways of becoming increasingly effective in the roles that we play in this, and we're still in the very early stages, particularly in relationship to the order and magnitude of people returning from military. And this is not just the right thing to do, it's a superb talent acquisition strategy. And it's also a superb way to create inclusion. And frankly, my experience has been the employees love it themselves and love to get involved. So this is not part of my prepared comments, but given a mic, whether it's low or high, I couldn't resist. And if you want to hear... I'm speaking more about this at the Chamber of Commerce tomorrow morning if you'd like to come in here. We're very proud of Prudential, what we do in the area of community and community development, and it's not only in the United States, it's also in our second home in Japan. Where we take it very, very seriously. And I specifically reference Japan because there's been so many opportunities in Japan recently with the tsunami effect, and we happen to have a call center, a very fine call center in Sendai, which was one of the central locations of the tsunami. And if you want to see pride in terms of the commitment to our business, but the commitment to our customers, the family members, et cetera. It's been absolutely extraordinary, and I think it's the kind of community engagement that would make anyone very proud. I want to specifically say that. Thank you. The other thing I'd like to acknowledge is that as active corporate citizens, we have come to realize and experience that this is not always easy stuff. The goal of making a difference in communities is a hard thing to accomplish, and it's gotten more complicated with all the many causes and with the constraints of resources that today's economy brings about. Therefore, what we've been doing at Pru recently through our foundation has been to build community capacity, meaning we launched a program in 2009 called Strength for Capacity Initiative to help nonprofits better achieve long-term sustainability in a time when there'd be an increasing demands on their services. At the same time, there'd be diminishing resources with which to work. And we believe that these efforts can help greatly in terms of expanding and enhancing the ability of nonprofit organizations to be continually effective in the community. But it's not just having programs, it's actually the strong and diverse leadership that really makes this possible. Strong leaders who craft visions, create ideas, motivate others, who make a difference and enable these nonprofits to make better choices in their resources and have greater success in terms of their ability to have the funds to pursue these. And we call this diverse leadership is a means by which to achieve levels of success that have not historically been achieved and connect with the clients and communities in wonderfully expanding ways. So we're all called on to be leaders in different ways, in the business community, in the social community, and our belief is these things are self-reinforcing. If you do a good job in the community, it inspires the confidence, the interest of really talented employees to want to work for you. It engages them. They, in turn, attract others who are similar, and that becomes obvious, whether it's in the eyes of the shareholders or the eyes of the customers, and you create a high degree of sustainability. And this has been a mantra of ours at Prudential for the 135 years that we've been in business, and we appreciate the opportunity to accept this award tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.